no doubt. I'm telling you, the swing's different. You're looking at a guy. I mean, this guy last year, he was red hot the first 5 weeks and started to cool down. But right now, he is just trying to make contact. I mean, you watch, the base city guy up the middle, the breaking ball on a breaking ball. He just stayed back, let it come to him. Didn't try to do too much with it. Those are the things that he's doing now that he didn't do before, and he didn't do last year. But he's in one of those grooves that great hitters get into that you just don't want to mess with them.
Are those the types of things that at bat that he went to straightaway center, but he hits a home run to right field, center drives the ball to left for the 2 RBI single? Results aside, is that the type of thing that you continually want to see out of him?
Yeah, and that's what he's working hard at. Though, I mean, he went home this winter and determined, he was going to come back and be a big league player, and he's done that.
Dave in the front.
Terry, how do you evaluate Matt's performance tonight?
Dave, I'm going to tell you something. Obviously, he wasn't real sharp tonight, but I told Dan on the bench today, we all want this guy to rise to the top so fast because we know how good he can be. But you know what? Even during those times when he had that plus stuff, whether it be in 2013 or 2015, you know what? Once in a while, he didn't have very good stuff and got to be able to pitch through it. And tonight, he pitched through it with not very good stuff. He was much better after the first couple innings. He just didn't have very good, his command wasn't very good, and velocity was down, but he worked. He had to work hard to get us through the 5th inning, and he did that. And, there's a space for that in the progress of getting better. There's nothing wrong with being able to go out there and battle your butt off and keep your team in a game, and that's what he did.
Tony on the right.
Did Bruce do something on that ball against the wall, or had that been a lingering issue for him?
Tony, he just came up to me in that one inning. He said, my lower back's really tightening up, and so I just took him out. I haven't even talked to him about how it happened yet.
Mike on the right.
Terry, in regards to Conforto, does it say something to a player that he experiences the tough times he did last year and is able to bounce back from that? I mean, does that speak to his ability to stay here for good, and the idea that he took a punch and was able to come back?
Mike, the great way to describe it. That's exactly what he had. It's that sophomore jinx stuff. The scouting reports got around, and again, last year I think. I can't answer for Michael. I don't ever want to answer what was going through his mind, but because of the swing changes we saw, obviously I thought he was trying to hit home runs last year, and he kind of got a little bit of an arc in his swing and created a couple of holes. And right now he's back. He's back to where the kid we saw when he first came to the major leagues, and that's all he's going to do is put a good swing on the baseball, and that's what he's doing. And you're right. I mean, hey, we were all real nervous of what was going to happen this year with him when he came back in, and he made his mind up that he's not going to get caught up in anything except being a good hitter, and that's what he's doing.
Fred in the front.
Terry, obviously Michael had a great night and all, but kind of lost, and Lucas had 3 hits. I mean, how important was that for him mentally or whatever?
They're all big for him right now. I mean, he's fighting. He's coming back after injury. He's coming back after a tough year last year. And I'll tell you, he and Kevin worked very hard in the last few days to get his swing. Fred, he's another guy. I compared him last week. When Michael Conforto came to the major leagues, I compared him to Lucas Duda, a guy with tremendous power the other way, left center field, great power, and that's where Lucas has got great power. And he's gotten to the point where he's more of a pull hitter now. But if he starts going like he did tonight, using the field to hit, this guy's going to hit, because I've seen him do it, and he can hit the ball out of the ballpark over there just as easy too.
Rich.
When we talk to Conforto in spring training, every day we ask him about the playing time because that's what we're paid to do, ask questions like that. But he always said, I only worry about the things I can control. Is that something you talked about in the offseason to him? And for a young player, is that rare for him to just tag on to that?
Well, Rich, it's the first thing every manager tells his team every year. Look, you can't. There's things that are out of your control. All you can do is worry about how you play. And the one thing I told Michael, and when we broke for the season, I said, look, you're going to be on this club, and I'm going to put you in a tough situation. You're a young player who's going to have to come off the bench late in the game and pinch hit against the best relievers in the game. That's a lot to ask. And you don't have to necessarily like it, but you got to accept it, and you got to get yourself ready for it. And when the opportunity presents itself for you to get back in this lineup, you have to be ready to grab that opportunity, and obviously that's exactly what he's done.